Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us and welcome back. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Together, we are the Science and Technology channel. Whoa.
Yep. And today we're talking about, ready for this, otter poo. You heard it here.
Scientists discovered that river otter droppings contain large numbers of parasites that infect the animal's prey, indicating that otters may play a significant role in shaping local food webs. North American river otters have long inhabited Chesapeake Bay, but scientists still know relatively little about how the environment shapes their daily lives. What do these otters eat along the Atlantic coast of the United States? Where do they gather, rest, and leave their droppings? To answer these questions, researchers in Maryland examined otter behavior and diet, publishing their results in Frontiers in Mammal Science on August 13th, 2025. Would you like to know more?
So the only time I've ever seen an otter in the wild was in up by San Francisco.
Oh.
And then in Yellowstone Park. I take that back. Not Yellowstone Park, in Jackson, Grand Tetons National Park. So anyway, here we go. River otters, this is a quote. River otters in the Chesapeake Bay eat a wide range of animals, including those that live in the water and on land. Parasites, too, are crucial parts of their diet, says senior author Dr. Katrina Lohan, a parasite ecologist, oh boy, and the head of the Coastal Disease Ecology Laboratory at the Smithsonian Environmental Research Center. Going on with the quote, we also found that river otters use man-made structures for latrines or choose areas with specific characteristics.
So let me guess, pools or hot tubs? Man-made structures.
Well, why would they want to do that when there's usually chemicals in pools and spas?
Well, when you're making poo, you're in a vulnerable position. So maybe they don't want to get caught with their pants down.
So do you think they only poo in the water?
I don't know. I'm not we're not experts, so I don't know.
No, we're not. So, but
Cool.
You're insinuating that they poo in water.
Oh, well, it says man-made structures.
Okay, well that could be a barn, or it could be a boathouse, or it could be. Anyway, I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt here to the otters. So,
okay,
anyway.
Quote, we started this research when a colleague sent me an email about some weird-looking watery poo that she found at the dock on our campus. In the poo was a fire engine redworm, Lohan said. Eventually, wildlife cameras caught a river otter pooing on the dock. Since the worm was most likely a parasite, Lohan decided to get some samples. The article's first author, Callie Wise, a graduate researcher at the SERC, collected further samples from 18 active otter latrines over 11 months. The researchers recovered 28 scats per latrine on average.
What do you do for a living? I collect otter poo samples. Man, okay. Quote, scats usually smelled strongly of fish and were full of scales or crustacean shells. Wise said. This is just, I'm glad I've already eaten. Going on with the quote, we wore gloves and used sterile tools and tubes to collect scat samples to avoid contamination with other DNA.
That's good.
Yeah. For river otters, latrines serve as much more than places to defecate. They function as key gathering spots used for scent marking through urine and feces, as well as for eating, playing, social interaction, and resting. So obviously they're not too picky. These areas are often recognizable by flattened vegetation and low overhanging plants that provide cover.
Along Chesapeake Bay, most latrines were found near the shoreline, typically in locations with woody debris and easy access to water. Many were also associated with obvious landscape features, including human-made structures. In fact, 5 latrines were located directly on docks, boardwalks, and shoreline staircases.
Oh, okay. Once collected, the scat samples were taken back to the laboratory for detailed analysis to determine what the otters had been eating the researchers used two approaches: meta barcoding, which relies on the genetic data, and traditional examination under a microscope. Okay.
Quote, we collected most scats in the summer when river otter diet is likely diverse, Wise said. Continuing her quote, she said, we found evidence of invasive species like common carp and white river crayfish in river otters' diet. In addition, otters ate more fish and crustaceans, such as American blue crabs. They also included the occasional duck or amphibian on their meal plan.
Okay, so they're eating well.
Yeah.
These otters are eating well. Otter poo, however, didn't only tell the researchers what the other otters had eaten. Using metabarcoding, they were able to determine what parasites were in the prey. They then matched parasites to the hosts they were most likely to infect.
Many of the parasites are known to infect teleost fish, an extremely diverse group of ray-finned fishes that are the primary prey of river otters, but a few other parasites likely infected otters directly. Quote, it is possible that river otters, like other top predators, wouldn't be able to find enough food to eat without parasites, Lohan pointed out.
The team said that they weren't able to clearly identify all parasites, mainly because of missing sequences in databases that new sequences might be matched to. They also could not identify individual diets or match poo samples to individual otters. Why? They're doing all this research. Why couldn't they match those? I wonder. Anyway.
Nevertheless, the presence of parasites in otter poo might mean river otters are important ecosystem engineers. Quote, since so many of the parasites are actually infecting otters' prey, it could mean that river otters are culling sick individuals from the populations they're preying upon. That makes sense, Lohan explained. This could potentially alter evolutionary processes for their prey, since infected individuals once eaten no longer contribute to the gene pool.
Quote, some of the parasites that infect river otters could potentially also infect humans, who are also mammals, Lohan concluded. Thus, we could use, and this is all a quote, we could use the river otters as disease sentinels and study them to learn about what public health threats occur in certain areas. Okay. Well, I missed that opportunity to become an otter poo.
If you're a marine biologist, this is right down your alley.
I guess so. I guess. I mean, I specialize in an otter poo. Okay.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Yep. Thanks for listening. We will. You have a good day.